Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. I recently published a video showing video clips, not just transcribed them, but showing video clips of a former SEC commissioner named Robert Jackson saying a whole bunch of things. And it's having to do with, the Bill Hinman speech, the way that he's very blunt, frankly, about the way that the SEC offers guidance, if you will, if you want to call it that. That's quite the euphemism, because they regulate by enforcement. They just sue the hell out of everybody. And he's talking about that topic. He's specifically talking now about something even more interesting. And so I've got more video clips, and so these have been circulating all over Twitter, and so the XRB community has been retweeting them like crazy, understandably. And I think most of them were dug up by my fellow XRP YouTuber, Digital Asset Investor. And so after I published the last video where I was talking about this, I came across a couple more, and this one in particular is freaking mind-blowing. So I transcribed this one. It's pretty short, but you've got to hear this. So there's this video, and the SEC commissioner admits, and this is pre-lawsuit, this is before the SEC came after Ripple, but he admits that Ripple was crucial in forming standards on securities laws. Yes, indeed, he's praising Ripple. Now, you understand that there are 5 commissioners, right, total, the maximum. And so he would have been one of 5 back when he worked at the SEC, one of 5 individuals to determine whether or not to bring a lawsuit against any person or business or entity. He would have been one of them. And he's sitting here praising Ripple. I kid you not. It is just ridiculous. So I want to share some of this quick update. And also, I shared with you in the video that I was just citing a moment ago that I recently published, I also shared a short thread from Gary Gensler in which Mark Cuban had some not-so-kind words to say. And I've got another tweet from Mark Cuban, so I do want to share that, and I'll share that towards the end of the video. And also, attorney Jeremy Hogan of the XRP community, who runs the YouTube channel Legal Briefs, he saw that tweet from Mark Cuban, and he threw in his own 2 cents on that. So I'll end the video with that. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I don't have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who makes YouTube videos, but purely as a hobby, so there's nothing special about me, just to be clear. And so my fellow XRP YouTuber here, Jungle Link XRP, tweeted this out, and I just came across it in my Twitter feed, and I was like, what is this? Let's listen. And my jaw dropped. This is seriously astonishing. And so here's what Jungle Link wrote. Thank you, Digital Asset Investor. Sometimes you have to fight it out a bit to settle final fine details. This court case is not because Ripple is bad. It's the exact opposite. Ripple has been working with the SEC in a transparent manner. Head of the class. And so why did Jungle Inc. write that? Well, because of the content of the video. Check this out. And I transcribed this. This is what Robert Jackson said. And so I don't know exactly what the date of this was. He's no longer a commissioner at the SEC, and I don't know if he made these comments while he was commissioner or after, but it's just as powerful either way. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You're getting inside the minds of the most high-ranking officials at the SEC, and it's so clear that they are just being rat bastards coming after Ripple, and they know what they're doing. They're regulating by enforcement because they're incapable, apparently, of actually having a coherent plan and offering reasonable and easy to understand guidelines. They can't do it. So anyway, here's what Robert Jackson said. Because actually, I think it's better for an emerging technology like this to set some standards. Oh, let me pause here. And then he references somebody named Stu, who works at Ripple. I'm assuming that's Stu Alorati, who has a legal background. He's like general counsel at Ripple, just from a legal perspective. And I've highlighted him on the channel a number of times, but I believe that's who he's referencing there. So anyway, and then he says, and Stu, I know you agree, because you work at Ripple, one of the leaders in the industry. Actually, one of the firms that has been crucial to the forming of standards around the various securities law questions, etc. Whoa, let me pause there. Did you hear what the hell he just said? This is before the lawsuit came out against Ripple, and mind you, he was then, or was previous to this clip, one of the commissioners who actually votes on whether or not to bring a legal complaint against a company. Think about this. And he's praising Ripple for being a leader and help providing clarity as it pertains to securities laws and what the SEC has to say about it. This is unreal, right? This is like brain melting stuff. It's just actually not melting. My brain explode. It don't make no damn sense to Moon Lambo, but this is real life apparently because reasons. And then he said the following. Wait, where was I? Oh, here we go. And how did we get from here to there? Because you guys can call Hinman, William Hinman, and all the other amazing people who do what they do to get answers to your questions. And so there you go. That's the end of the quote. And so then he's saying, how do you get the clarity? From William Hinman. Oh, I thought it was just his opinion, though. Wasn't it just his opinion? And so look, here's the deal. The people at the SEC who can set official policy regarding all sorts of things share their opinions somewhat regularly regarding crypto security questions, including which cryptocurrencies are securities. But none of these opinions from higher up officials constitute an official policy from the SEC. At least, that's what they claim. It's as though these high-ranking officials want us to believe that the SEC itself is some sort of sentient creature, not human, that is capable of forming its own position and ideas about securities law and then rule by decree. This is absurd. These high-ranking officials sharing their opinions are the SEC. They are the SEC. And they don't want the buck to stop with them. But it does, and it should. They're hiding behind this weird veil of the idea of an official SEC position purely to protect themselves, so that they can legally argue whatever the hell suits them in the moment. That's exactly what's going on here. But no, they are the SEC. The official SEC position, they're the SEC. It's so freaking stupid. And so then there was this, and there's another clip here. I'm not going to play this one, but I wanted to mention it here. So look. So in this clip, Robert, against the same former SEC commissioner, Robert Jackson, he explains why they regulate through enforcement, and he makes excuses for not having clear guidelines by stating that crypto-related technology progresses so fast that any rules they might create would be quickly outdated. What a repulsive stance, and I don't believe that to be true. Have a safe harbor law, and then if you just clear up what constitutes common enterprise, you're like at least 90% of the way there in my estimation. That's not difficult. They just won't do it. They won't constitute. They won't. They will not explain what constitutes a sufficiently decentralized cryptocurrency so that it no longer has a common enterprise. But that's the biggest problem here. Because look, if Ripple weren't considered to be a common enterprise, if you don't satisfy that prong of the Howey test, there is no case, right? And so they're claiming that it does satisfy that prong, which is why the SEC is going after Ripple. It's the most nonsense BS crap you could possibly imagine, but that's just what's going on here. And so Crypto Law tweeted out the following. They retweeted this clip from DAI and wrote, on August 20th, 2019, Brad Garlinghouse pleads with Jay Clayton for clarity on XRP and gets none. November 19th, 2019, Clayton avoided setting clear rules on crypto in order to give market guidance instead. And then on December 22nd, 2020, SEC says, we all should have known XRP was a security in 2013. Fair notice? ? Yeah, definitely did not receive fair notice. That's for damn sure. And so then there was this thread, and I don't really want to read this again. I covered it in my last video, but I wanted to provide an update on this. So in this thread, though, Gary Gensler is basically saying, it's on your screen if you want to read it, but he's basically saying, hey, going right up to the edge of a rule that maybe the SEC set, just because you think there might be some ambiguity somewhere, like stepping up to the edge of what law would allow, probably not a good idea. So he's acknowledging there that there isn't clarity. Like already he's doing it. You see that, right? He's saying if there's some ambiguity, well, yeah, if there's ambiguity, then provide some freaking clear guidance then. But he's saying, no, don't go into the fog. Don't go into the fog. And so Mark Cuban responded with the following, and I tend to agree. He wrote, how about making the lines bright and clear so people know what the rules are? The problem isn't that people are looking for gray areas. It's that there rarely are defined rules. Regulation through litigation traps all the people who can't afford a lawyer, accountant, or advisor. Full-on clap for Mark Cuban, absolutely nailing it. And this absolutely pertains specifically to what's happening with Ripple and XRP. And so Jeremy Hogan saw that, retweeted it, and he wrote the following, Attorney Jeremy Hogan. There comes a time in a man's life when they feel like they can truly speak their mind. Mark Cuban has reached that time. The message is true. Unclear regulations harm the very people the SEC is supposed to protect. Well said, Jeremy Hogan. And this is the world we live in. This is why we cannot have nice things. This is why we can't have nice things. Damn it. And there we are. Okay, I feel like I got to vent a little bit. I feel better now. But I'm just like, I'm not kidding. Like, it upsets me emotionally. I'm just like, you know what I mean? Because it's so stupid. And I know that they know it's wrong and they're doing it anyway. And then you have these videos with this Robert Jackson guy admitting everything that we know to be true, which is that they're regulating by enforcement. And then he's citing here specifically that the Hinman speech was designed to give market guidance, and now that doesn't suit them. That narrative doesn't suit them. So now they're saying it was just his personal opinion. Well, what the hell? You just trying to have it both ways? Yep, they are. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because if anything that I say are right, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.